Before we get into this video is sponsored by the Amazon App Store. If you want to save money on your in-game purchases, then download the App Store now. Using the App Store, you can get things for 20% off of any purchase you make for Amazon coins. Using the coins, you can then purchase anything in-game for cheaper than any other app store. So if you want to save money buying things in Blitz, download the Amazon App Store now and start saving money. Back to the video. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, the chat goes brrrrrr. And basically it's, just a couple of replays. I didn't even know what to put this as. Do I put this as OP replays? Do I put this as bots played like a bot? Or do I put this as sort of chat goes wild? It could be World of Dummies. It could be anything. But, we're just going to put chat goes brrrr, because basically it's, the chat sometimes goes a little bit out of hand. Now, these two replays are not as bad. But, people talk too soon. People, on the other hand, some people, when you're doing well, which we're going to see in the other battles, in the next battle, when you're doing well, sometimes the chat just gets behind you. There are some occasions where if you're last alive, you just get absolutely ripped apart. But mainly this video is not so much about that. It's the kind of good side to that. Yes, we do have a bit of trash talking in the game, but also we do have a bit of the team getting behind that person. And we're going to see that. Now, this one was a really weird one. Like, I didn't think this guy plays absolutely fantastic. He gets himself into a good position. It is dead rail. And of course, the middle section here with a tank with a turret actually performs really, really well. Now, I'm watching the Emil II here. He is driving the Emil II. But when I was watching this replay, I was thinking that just something, it doesn't feel right. And whether that's, I haven't played the tank enough, but for me, watching him, he just looks really slow. I don't know if he's actually stock or like stock tracks or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how fast the tank is really. I've only played it when I reviewed the tank, but it just looks really, really slow. And a lot of the time, this is a good player that is playing this tank, and I feel he could do better. I feel he has a scorcher of a game. It really is a really, really good battle. He uses the heat a bit excessively. He uses a bit too much. I know he wants to guarantee his pen, but with a tank that is an auto reloader that doesn't have great DPM, you really need to maximize your DPM. And of course, when you're shooting heat, your DPM does decrease. So you really want to be shooting your normal round as much as possible and only shooting the heat if you need to guarantee the pen and you think you're going to struggle to pen. Where this game, I think he does use the heat a bit excessively, but regardless of that, the tank itself just doesn't seem, it just seems really, really slow. I know we're using the speed boost here, and there were some decisions I was watching, I was just thinking like, dude, why are you doing that? Like, and things like here, obviously he has the underplate, the bottom plate of an E100, but he is still shooting heat. You can easily shoot AP or APCR at the bottom of that, and even now at the side of the E100 he's still shooting heat. So I know he was a one shot, but it's costing him credits regardless. The promo's there for a reason. I'm not gonna diss anyone or insult anyone that is using excessive heat. At the end of the day, they're the only ones that are really suffering because they're going to lose credits. They're doing less DPM. I have nothing against people that want to spam heat. If they want to guarantee their pen, then they can guarantee their pen by shooting premium rounds. That is up to them. I have nothing against that. And you have some people in battle that like, you spamming heat, rah, rah, rah. So, like, who cares? Like, it's not your credits they're spending at the end of the day. But this is where the team does get behind him. I mean, they are saying to him, the tortoise is saying to him, like, Emil, you're full hit points, just go. He's not listening to that. He's saving his hit points because it's a 4 against 3. He's not just going to rush in because he has hit points. I mean, look at that. He's almost lost half of his hit points straight away. And I do like that. I do like the fact that he's just... A few other people, if someone said, look, go in, you're full hit points, some people would just go in. I mean, there's a tortoise and there's a VK. The VK could do massive amount of damage per shot, and the tortoise has great DPM. So ignoring his team to say, like, basically, he didn't say anything, but ignoring his team and saying, no, I'm going to clear the dangerous targets. And at the moment, he ignored the VK. And what I think he was originally intending to do was go to the right side because he knew that the Skoda was there. Obviously, he caught him close by, managed to clear him, and now he is dealing with the tortoise. Now, he's using the Skoda as protection, but again, as I've said about the excessive heat, it is a tortoise. You don't really need to use heat. And at the minute, because he's only shooting one shell at a time, and he's actually missing a couple, he's not aiming fully, he is missing a couple, he is dramatically losing DPM shooting heat at this guy. So it's going to take a lot of time to clear him. And in the meantime, if the tortoise was just had a bit of sense, he has the DPM to clear the Emil. But you know, he's in a good position. He is in a good position. He is taking him down. He's finally started to use the APCR. He's got the I can't even remember what it is, the equipment there that makes the aim time and the accuracy better. But he's not using it. He used it at the start. Maybe now would be the time to use it when he is up against the tortoise, so he can aim at them weak points. But you know what? He doesn't really need it. He is taking care of him, and he hasn't really lost any hit points since going up against this tortoise. So he's doing really well. He's doing really well. He's now going to take care of the tortoise, and he's on 6k damage. Now, the VK is going to clear the T30, which they are all ripping apart. They're like, hey, T30, blah, blah, blah. But now he's up on his own against the one tank. So he is going to try and get to him quicker. There is only 40 seconds left on the clock. But this is where his team, you've got this. You can win. Emil will win. And that will give you confidence. Like when your team are sitting there, you don't want to get overconfident. But this is where it's nice to receive these messages. Instead of just like, F you noob, they're sort of guiding him. Like, they don't know if he's a good player, they don't know what damage he's done, they're sort of guiding him, like, you got this, flank around him. And sometimes I do like that. I do like people sort of trying to guide you what to do, like flank around him, or we've got this, guys, don't worry, we've got this. And I like that. I think we should, I would prefer people saying like, guys, we've got this, or trying to tell me what to do, even though I know what to do. I'd rather that than people call me a noob, or people call me a bot, or people just insult me. I would rather people at least try and help the team, which is what our guy did, our team, or his team did there. So this next battle, we're going to watch the Foch. Now the T9 Foch, I used to absolutely love this tank. The DPM used to be absolutely fantastic on this tank. Wargaming nerfed it a while ago now, and it's a tank that I haven't played in such a long time, and really I ought to go and play this tank again and review it, because it has been a very, very long time since I've reviewed this tank. So the Canal, he's on Canal. I haven't seen this position for freaking ages. I haven't seen people get into this position for so long. And when I was watching this, I know the damage, and I'm sitting here thinking, right, he's going to farm so much damage sitting here. In fact, he hardly farms any damage. The first half of this battle, which we're going to watch, RNG wasn't on his side. He wasn't really aiming properly. As you can see there, a couple of shots that I've missed. He's still aiming. He's not spotted. When you're not spotted in this position, it could be absolutely perfect position. But RNG is still not on his side. Finally, he does get a hit there on the Tiger. And as I've said, he's going for some dangerous like shots that I'm sitting here thinking like, dude, don't go for that shot. Please don't go for that shot, because you're never going to get that shot. So far, 2 minutes gone basically, and he's only managed to get one shot off. And here, I mean, that is very hopeful there on the Tiger. That's never getting. So the T-54 is now dead. So the T-54, I think it's the T-54, I could be wrong, starts actually saying something in chat, but we're going to wait for that. Now, unluckily for him, what I think he was expecting, because 2 medium tanks, I think he was actually expecting the team to come around the left side. Obviously, his team has the majority of the medium tanks, so to go with his team was probably the right option. But still, he's RNG or he's aiming. You guys can pick. It's either RNG or he's aiming is just not up to standard at the moment to perform, especially when you are 2 tanks down. You need to start aiming properly, and you need to start taking your time on the shots, especially if you are camping, because at the minute that is basically all he's doing, because he's not as such being an effective sniper. But things will start to change. Things will start to change, and RNG is going to start coming on his side. Now, he does make a mistake here. I think it's a mistake. Most other people say he's spotted. He is spotted, and everyone is actually going to aim at him. But he's actually sitting there thinking, nope, this is my position. I am not moving from this position. I'm going to hold this position, and I'm going to farm some damage. So he's farmed 2.6k damage. He has blocked nearly 1,000, but just over 1,000 now. But I was very, very surprised to see that he still remains in this position. 9 out of 10 people would have gone down. But no, he's still rocking this position. It's 4 against 5 now, and still RNG. He is bouncing all these shots. But, you know, 2.6k damage. He's just about to get this shot on the E50, which does pen, which pushes his damage now up to 3,000. So it's now 3 against 5. So he now needs to make that decision. Does he actually drop down, or does he still remain in this position? So now there is 3 tanks all going for 1 tanks, which will make it 3 against 1 there, and it will now make it 2 against 5. But now he uses this opportunity to think, okay, the enemy are low enough hit points, I'm now going to start pushing. I think he could have pushed a lot sooner. I do think he could have pushed a lot sooner. So he's now going, and he's going to get close. He knows the Tiger 2 there is a 1-shot, so he's just going to turn around the corner, get a shot off. He does get lucky because the team are not the greatest. The enemy team are not the greatest at all. He's farmed 3.6, now 4k damage. He's getting some block damage. He's almost up to 2k blocked. If these guys would push alone, push together, they could easily take him out. I mean, the E50 could get behind, then he has the choice, like he has to look at someone. But the enemy are just making it so easy for him. They're all just sitting in front of him. They're all bouncing. No one's doing damage, and he's just able now to farm some damage. I mean, 5.3k damage. He's blocked 2.3k damage. I'm still gobsmacked how he is still alive, how he's blocked so much, especially being in the position he was earlier for so long whilst all the tanks were shooting him. He just remained in that position. Stupid mistake there from the E50. Now it is a 1 versus 3. He can do this. Come on. You've got this, my guy. So he's still bouncing shots. 3.2 block damage now. He's gonna go for the IS-3, who is a 1-shot, does manage to clear him, and he's now brought it down to a 1 versus 2. Now the T69 is a 1-shot, and this is where the T50, brah, come on. You got this. You got this. You can do this. Let's go. 2 tanks left. Where is the waffle at the moment? We have no idea. And this is where the T-54 gets behind him. Go King. You have got this. Come on. What was that guy doing? I don't know. Now, he gets pretty lucky here. Just as he gets to this corner, he does spot the waffle that is behind. And he is a 2-shot. He can actually take a shot from this waffle, and he has better DPM than the waffle. So at this point, he just has to attack. You can run, but you can't hide, says the Tiger 2. Now, a lot of other people would actually rage and insult this guy because he was in the position he was for so long. I mean, motherfucker, you did it. Great games, good team behind, getting behind them, and I want to see more of that. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm meadsy69, less of the insults and more of getting behind your team. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. With